let's get your sort of advice in, and let's get your suggestions in and your thoughts in on what India and Australia both need to do for the second ODI, which is in Rajkot. Changes. First up, as Ajay, you just mentioned that India would like to, India will probably end up fielding a different look 11. My first question to you is, do you think they will go back to the 1-2-3 that's always worked, which is Shikhar, Rohit? Legacy has been Shikhar, Rohit,
I don't care who's 1, 2 and 4.
But you want Virat to be 3?
Because he has to be, and it's not at the end of this game. It was at the start of this game when we saw.
You did say that, yes.
Say that because your best player in the world can't be coming in when there's 2 down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a old. Everybody knows about this game. It's a limited overs version. You want your best players to be right at the top, and especially against a side which is attacking you. And so you put in your best player right there. And
but I mean, also your opposite team. I'm sorry to just interject you, but just I want to present a counterpoint, which is Australia does the same, right? I mean, they've got Steve Smith, one of the best in the world right now. They are playing him at 4 in the ODI. So they are doing that. So there is a counterpoint to that. But you're saying for India, Virat at 3 has worked. Why break it?
Why break it? Because and his style of play as well. I mean, see, Australia plays in a different form. Yeah. Don't forget, India. If you look at this Indian side, not just a year, I'd say go back 3, 4, 5 years. How do we play? We don't attack at the top.
Good point.
We consolidate, and then there used to be Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Hardik Pandya, and those guys are not here. But I'm saying overnight teams don't change their styles of playing. So our style has always been solidity, and Virat Kohli is probably your most solid guy. Whereas Australia plays differently. David Warner has now become a little conservative, but when 2-3 years of span that you see, he was always the attacking player. The Finch is also an attacking player. They attack from the top. You don't worry about Australia's 5, 6, 7 ever. You don't think that, they are the ones who are going to take the game away.
Yeah.
Whereas in Indian cricket, you used to look at that way, Dhoni aayega, Pandya aayega. So you play in a different way. That is why I'm saying that, and I personally feel he'll go back because, seen Virat for so many years, the kind of person he is. He's not going to go back and try and fight from the back. He's a man who likes to be right at that front.
Yeah.
So I have no doubts in my mind that Virat Kohli will bat at 3. Not to say that who should bat at open or 3. Yeah. The rest can all change because what has happened? You gave somebody a chance, he's got a start, but he didn't do what Virat Kohli does. This team is used to guys who get in at the top to see them through till the end, and then at the end is when the whole slogging business happens, and that's how India plays. Unless they're trying to change how they play, I think why change something that has worked for you?
Yeah, well, so let's have a look at the 11 now. There's also another problem. Like Rishabh Pant didn't take the field. KL Rahul was the captain. That's the ball that hit his helmet. Didn't look that serious, but we don't know. And with the concussion laws, he's under observation tonight. He may not play the next game. Now, let's just presume that he is fit and available, and hopefully, by the grace of God, he should be. What changes do you see?
Well, if he's not, then that opens up one slot for sure.
Yeah.
So that's something which they'll have to think. But the interesting thing is now India A tour is gone to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan, I think both are there.
Okay.
So who are your next in line wicketkeeper is another.
You could have
another question
Rahul
which they'll have to.
I mean, Rahul keep wickets. I don't think we missed Rishabh in wicket keeping at all. I'm also one of those who believes that Rishabh should just bat because keeping is not his forte. It just happens to be. But what surprises me when I look at that side, and it's the only question that I would have, is that you look at that all-rounders list and you see, I'm going to the third name. That third name that you see on that is Kedar Jadhav. Yeah. Not saying that he's the best, not saying he's the worst. All I'm saying is he's a guy that you've kept in the side for 2 years. You take him to the World Cup. You don't do as well as you've done in the World Cup. You've asked a few people. It's a call that you make, not saying right or wrong. But this man is still around. Now, how can it happen that a guy who was your go-to guy in the team is still in the side, but he can't make it to the 11. Somebody's come from outside and is playing in his place.
Yeah.
So things like this, I mean, now I think it's an opportunity. If Rishabh's not around, you might bring in, somebody might think Kedar, somebody might think Shivam Dube, man for man, very similar kind of players. Or Manish Pandey at number 6, 7, he's probably, shown that he's in class. So, not talking about the man-to-man, I'm just looking at how we're approaching this game. For 2 years, you've had Kedar Jadhav in that side. You go to the World Cup, he still plays there. You leave him out after that England game.
Yeah.
So you left him out. You left out Dinesh Karthik, which is fine. Your selectors or captain, you decide who plays. But then you bring a guy back He's in the side, but now he can't make it to the 11. How does that happen?
Yep.
I thought, once you're experienced, you're more useful.
Yeah.
Or you become better, or you're not good enough, you should go home. So, and how does it give confidence to that man?
No, fair point. Fair point. Any changes in the bowling, Zach, that you see? Would
I
you
don't
change the mix a little bit? Would you?
I don't think there's going to be any change in the playing 11.
Okay.
Maybe a forced change like Rishabh Pant, if he's not fit, they might replace
that's
him
the
with that. And that's the way it should be. I think in a 3-match series, you want to give that confidence to your playing 11 as well. You're in a way. Have gone in with a thought process in the series, and it's too early to change that thought process as well. So I think they will stick with that. What's important is to tick those boxes. I think Rohit Sharma is going to be the key. Virat Kohli is going to be the key. The start is going to be the key, which we've seen from the Australians today. I think they've ticked a lot of boxes well in today's match, and I think from Australia's bowling side. A lesson to learn is that they've respected India's batting lineup.
Yeah.
They've gone in with the mindset saying, okay, there will be partnership, but we have to stay in the game. So their approach looked like that. I think from India's bowling side, they have to find a way of creating that early damage.
Yeah.
They need that wicket because you've seen the stats, you've seen in the past every time any team which has done well. They've ticked that box nicely, and this Indian bowling attack has been doing that. So you have to find a way of picking those 2 wickets in that first 10 overs. That really sets the tempo for the match.
You said something when we were watching the game on television. You said something which is that let Shardul open the bowling from one end. You did mention that, like bring him in a little earlier than you did, and when he did come in,
yes, he has shown that form. He has shown that swing and control over that.
Yeah.
Even today, when he bowled one change, you've seen that he troubled Warner right away, and that's something which you have to back. Maybe use Bumrah for 2 or 3 overs initially. See if he can get that early inroads. If he's not able to, Bumrah has been your X factor bowler. You have to use him more proactively. I think when there was a partnership going on between Warner and Finch, and it looked like they're putting pressure on the spinners. Maybe 1 or 2 overs of Bumrah wasn't a bad call at that stage.
Yeah.
So these are the things, and the discussion should happen in terms of getting that one up. But I think new day, new match. It's important that the mindset and the body language which you walk in on the field with. Needs to have that belief. I think that is going to be more important than your skill set for any of the players.
Okay.
I think it's just that belief and how you carry yourself. Are you able to say that that we had a one off day? To say that and then act on it, you need to have that psyche, and I think that will be visible once the team walks in or takes the field. You will know that what kind of mindset they have.
Australia, let's have a look at their squad. I doubt after this kind of a dominating win they'd make any change. But if they were to make a change, I don't know. I'd like to see Josh Hazlewood come in. I'd like to see them unleash. You've got these 4 quick bowlers, right? You're never going to trouble India too much with Ashton Agar's spin, with all due respect. Like, why don't you just play with what is your strength worldwide?
No, I thought in Mumbai at least, I thought when we started the game, they should have had him with his fate, he could have him. But when you come to Halar or say Rajkot,
yes,
Halar, it's a different ball game there. So there you'd need probably that second spinner. You might need a spinner more than probably just a pure out and out seamer.
Yeah.
That could be the reason. And you won a game. I doubt that they're going to make changes. They don't make changes as often as we do. We are trying things and we do changes for many reasons. But Australians tend to stick with their side. They don't worry about individuals or the kind of player who's left out or not. They play in a different way. How do I put it? Indian team is about first individuals. How they play, strategy is decided. Australian probably team is a way that a team plays this way, and you got to come and fit into those roles.
Nice, interesting.
So I don't see Australia making a change. Why would you?